As I was getting ready to record, I was adjusting my shelf, and you know my little sign that sits up here? My Randy's Rules? It fell over. This is all that's left of that. R.I.P. Man. Well, maybe I'll put something new on that sign. I'll have to see. Maybe I'll put up Randy's Rules for sequels next. So, if you're new here, this is What a Ghoul Wants. This is my channel where I talk about pretty much everything that has to do with horror. And if you aren't subscribed already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I'm getting really close to 1K subscribers on here as of this recording, so every single sub helps me out a lot. And if you aren't new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in again. So today I have another collection update video for you. And it's going to be all DVDs today, all horror movies, of course. I finally had some good luck at a Goodwill recently. It looked like someone maybe had a collection that was all donated at once, so that was pretty awesome. So we're just going to jump on in and start talking about my new acquirements. I think I've said that word before in a video, and I wasn't sure if it was a word then, and I'm still not sure if it's a word, so I'm definitely going to have to look that up after I finish recording. But the first movie I'm going to talk about is The Cabin in the Woods. So I'm going to really try to get some good close-ups on these for you guys. So this is the iconic cover of The Cabin, of course. And we've got the back. I do really love this cover a lot. It's super cool. Because if you've seen the movie, you will know that this references both the cabin that the kids are staying in and some other parts of the movie. So I like that they kind of combine those two elements on the cover. This movie is maybe one of my favorite horror comedies ever. I saw it in the theaters when it first came out and I loved it then. And I've loved every single rewatch since. It is so well done. It's so referential of so many different things in the horror genre. Just amazing, very well done movie. Stellar cast, just a really great film overall, and one that I do rewatch semi-frequently, I would say. This comes with some special features. Looks like there is an audio commentary with writer-director Drew Goddard and writer-producer Joss Whedon, a making of The Cabin in the Woods, some stuff about the makeup and animatronic effects. That sounds really cool. Visual effects, and then the secret stash, Marty's stash. Hi, my name is Joss and I'll be your guide. Don't know what that's about. That sounds really interesting. I do love the character Marty a lot. He's our lovable stoner in the film. So, yeah, I love this movie and I'm so glad to finally own it now. So thank you, Goodwill. Next up is Jeepers Creepers 2. Now, of course, I know the history of the first one, and I'm trying to remember if this one is directed by Victor Salva. It says it's a Victor Salva production. So I'm not sure exactly. Oh yeah, it is him. Unfortunately, of course, everybody already knows what that guy did. Terrible, awful stuff. I did get this because obviously it's from a Goodwill, so it's not going towards him. No money would go to Victor Salva. And I do remember liking it. I haven't seen it in quite a while. I think I kind of mixed up the first and the second in my mind a little bit. So I do really want to just rewatch this and see how I feel about it on a rewatch. But, you know, the first one's all right. I think I remember liking this one a little bit better than the first. So, yeah, I don't know. These films are just kind of a little fraught with the behind-the-scenes stuff going on. It's a little hard to ignore. But, you know, as long as we recognize that and we don't support people like Victor Salva, then I think we can watch movies like this, still enjoy them if we like them, but just, you know, obviously denounce the director. But this one's got some deleted scenes, audio commentary by Victor Salva, and cast. Oh, and creeper commentary by Jonathan Breck, who played the creeper, and Brian Pennicus, who did special effects makeup. So that sounds really cool. I would definitely be interested in watching that. Some behind-the-scenes stuff, A Day in Hell, behind-the-scenes documentary, Lights, Camera, Creeper featurette, Creeper Creation featurette, a ton of stuff. Wow, there's a lot on here. So I would be very interested to watch the special features on this one for sure. Yeah, so I will check back in with you guys and let you know how I like this on a rewatch, because again, I haven't seen it in many years. So Jeepers Creepers 2. Next, we have a sequel that I have not seen yet, and that is Wrong Turn 2. I have only seen the first Wrong Turn movie and the remake, reboot, whatever. But I thought the first one was okay. I have heard that this one is not very good, but I will have to watch it and, determine that for myself. But this is the unrated version. In this front, it says the sticker, eagerly serves up the juicy stuff, whatever that means. So on the bottom here, it says, in the forest, only they can hear you scream. Assuming that's talking about the cannibal family. But got some special features on this one as well. Looks like Henry Rollins is in this one, so very, very interesting. Did not know that. Under special features, it has the Making of Wrong Turn 2, Making Gore Look Good featurette, On Location with Peanut featurette. I'm not sure. Is Peanut one of the cannibals? I'm not sure. Cast and crew, audio commentaries, and more. So yeah, this is one that I am definitely interested to watch, but I don't have super high hopes on. So maybe it will pleasantly surprise me. We'll have to see. But Wrong Turn 2. Next up is Snakes on a Plane. I think it was one of my lives where we were talking about this movie and I mentioned that I had never seen it. So when I saw that this was at Goodwill, I was like, I gotta grab this. So yeah, I'm very excited to watch this for the first time. I know it's goofy, I know it's over the top, I know Samuel L. Jackson is just doing his thing in this movie, so I'm very excited to watch it. And it looks like there's a blooper reel on this DVD. I'm very, very excited to see that. I love blooper reels. So for a movie like this, I'm sure they're really funny. 10 deleted scenes, a music video, commentary by Samuel L. Jackson and the director, and some featurettes and stuff. So yeah, watching this very, very soon. Very excited. Follow me on Letterboxd if you want to see my reviews and things of all the movies that I watch, so you can see how I rate this and any kind of comments I have, and I'll definitely put it on there. So be on the lookout for that and follow me on Letterboxd if you aren't already. But Snakes on a Plane. Next is Saw 4. I don't think I have seen this one. I was trying to remember. I think I've only seen 1 through 3, I'm pretty sure. So I would like to refresh my memory on those before I watch this one, or at least just watch a recap video of them or something. I am really obsessed with these cases. Whoever designed these slipcase DVDs for the Saw franchise, super duper cool, the way it's see-through. And then of course the actual DVD itself looks like a little saw, circular saw. So that is very, very cool. I really love that. And of course having John Kramer's head on the front, very striking look, having it in this weird scale thing. So, and this one has, some commentary from the director. Got audio commentary with producers. Darren Lynn Bousman, who is the director, his video diary. That sounds cool. And then the traps and the props each have their own special feature. So really, really cool. Yeah, I really just need to knock out the whole franchise for Saw. It just, I don't know, I keep putting it off for some reason because I know some of them are pretty bad. But I do promise I will watch the whole thing eventually. So, Saw 4. Next is a movie that I have talked about a little bit on my channel before, and that is 30 Days of Night. I covered this when I did my 25 Days of Holiday Horror. This counted as a winter horror. I know obviously it's not like a Christmas horror movie or anything like that, but I was definitely including movies that had a lot of snow, so this was a perfect choice for that. So this is one of the vampire movies that I would say that kind of stands out amongst the rest. As far as the kind of vampires, them being very much like, almost like sharks, they're predators, they're out to feed, it's not all romantic and lusty like a lot of the Dracula movies and things like that. So I do like that take on these vampires, and I have not read the graphic novel, but I've heard it's really good. So I really, really love Josh Hartnett in this movie. He does a fantastic job, and so does Melissa George playing his counterpart. It looks like this has some special features as well. Audio commentary with both Josh Hartnett and Melissa George and the producer. And then we've got some behind-the-scenes featurettes, Building Barrow, night shoots, blood, guts, and the nasty shit. That sounds fun. Just definitely glad that I own this one because it is definitely one that I will be watching probably every winter or around the time where it gets cold and chilly and you want to throw on a movie that kind of fits that mood. So 30 Days of Night. Next, we've got Creepshow. This is one of those versions of DVDs where it's not plastic, it's like a cardboard, and it just has the plastic flap on the side. I think that this may be my first one of that kind. I do appreciate that they're trying to use less plastic, but it does kind of look a little bit different than your normal plastic DVD case. But I love this cover with the creeper on there. I actually haven't seen this yet. This has been on my watch list for a while, I know. A lot of people really, really love this anthology. It's a lot of people's favorite horror anthology, so I definitely need to watch it soon. I'm very glad that I have it on DVD so I can watch it anytime now, but I love both Stephen King and George Romero, so when they team up, it's gotta be good. So definitely excited to watch this, and I promise that I will do it soon, and I will post on Letterboxd about it after I do. So, Creepshow. And I did get a second kind of that cardboardy DVD. That is the House on Haunted Hill remake. I do really, really like this movie a lot. I actually did a live stream with Sledgehammer Horror about my favorite horror remakes, and this almost made the cut. We did 10 of our favorite horror remakes, and I was really, really close to putting this one on there because I do really enjoy it a lot. But on a different day, maybe I would have added it to the list and taken another off. It's just, you know, there's so many good horror remakes. But yeah, this one's really fun. I think I saw the original a while ago, but I don't remember a ton about it. But I think that they did a really good job of keeping the same premise, but giving it an update and making it very 1999. I think Jeffrey Rush does an amazing job playing the Vincent Price character, and I really love Famke Janssen as the kind of bitchy counterpart to him. I would definitely recommend watching this if you haven't seen it. I really enjoy it and always have a fun time with it, so House on Haunted Hill, the remake. Next up is Rest Stop. I'm trying to remember what year this is from. Looks like 2006, and I thought this movie was all right. It's definitely trying to be very trippy and mess around with kind of sort of Groundhog's Day type ideas. I'm trying to remember exactly. It's been a minute since I saw it, but yeah, so if you haven't seen it, be ready for it to be not a straightforward linear kind of story. I think there are parts where it succeeds, and then there are other parts where it just kind of falls a little bit short of what it's trying to do, but I still definitely think it's worth at least one watch to kind of see how you feel about it. Under the special features, it has 3 alternate endings. I would really like to watch those and see the different directions that it could have gone in. And shocking crime scene photos. Scotty's family album. I'm not sure who Scotty is. I can't remember that, but yeah, it's a little, you know, early 2000s psychological slasher-ish. The front says, Rest Stop is hauntingly realistic in the style of the original version of The Vanishing. I definitely don't think I would compare this movie to the original Vanishing, but I see what Marla Newborn of Fangoria TV was trying to go for there. And this is the unrated version too. I can't remember which version I watched on streaming, but that is Rest Stop. Next up, we have Orphan. Very, very well loved by people in the community. I, unfortunately, have not seen this movie yet. So I am very, very glad that I got this at Goodwill. Because again, actually owning this, I have even less of an excuse to not watch it. So I really want to soon. I do unfortunately know the ending of this movie, which hopefully doesn't ruin it for me. I don't know, I guess I'll have to go in with an open mind either way. And it's just one that you can't really forget once you hear it, you know. So, yeah, we'll see if that affects my viewing of this at all. But I absolutely need to watch it before the prequel, I think. Is that what we're supposed to be getting? Is it this year? I think it's a prequel. So I'll definitely watch this before I see that, of course. And it looks like there is an alternate ending included on this DVD as well. I do really like when they include those kinds of things on DVD releases. And on the back here it says, a superbly crafted thriller with a jaw-dropping twist, which I already know, but I will still absolutely watch this movie either way. So, Orphan. Next we got Hellraiser, an absolute classic. Got our scary pinhead on the front there. I have only seen this movie out of the Hellraiser franchise, the only one I've seen. Another franchise that I know has some pretty bad entries in it. I have heard that 2 is really good and some people actually like it better than the original, so I am really excited to watch 2, and I know Kirsty reprises her role in that one, so would love to see her back. And I absolutely love Doug Bradley as Pinhead. I think he does an incredible job. Just such a memorable and scary villain. And I mean, there are a couple different villains in the first Hellraiser, and Pinhead actually doesn't play that big of a role. Of course, for those who have seen it, you know that, but he's just so synonymous with the franchise. But yeah, this is one that I do like, but it's not my favorite in terms of the big heavy hitter type horror movies. So if we're including like obviously Freddy, Jason, and Michael, Chucky, Candyman, I would say I do like A Nightmare on Elm Street better than Hellraiser. Maybe even Candyman better than Hellraiser, as far as just talking about like the first movie in a horror franchise like this, but it's still obviously a really good movie. And I love that Clive Barker was able to direct a movie about one of his stories, and it was his screenplay and everything, which is amazing. So I do love that for him and for this series. So definitely one that's going to stay in the Horror Hall of Fame forever. So Hellraiser. Next is another one that I haven't seen yet, and it's The Orphanage. So Orphan and The Orphanage. And I really, really want to see this one. I've heard great things about it. All the imagery that I've seen from it looks super haunting and gothic, and I really don't know why I haven't seen it yet, because it seems like a movie I would really, really love. And special features on this are when Laura grew up constructing the orphanage. I don't know who Laura is yet, of course, because I haven't seen it yet, but Tomas's secret room, horror in the unknown makeup effects. Yeah, I really, really want to watch this very soon. Another one that is very high on my watch list. I know I say that about a lot of movies, but there are just so many good movies that I haven't seen yet. And there's only so many hours in a day. I can only watch so many movies a week, but this is definitely one that I've heard great, great things about. And anything that is endorsed by Guillermo del Toro has to be good. I promise, guys, I will let you know how I feel about this one, but The Orphanage. Next is one I have seen before, but not in a really long time, and that is Cabin Fever, the original. Of course, directed by Eli Roth. Red Letter Media did a review of this pretty recently, and they kind of tore it to shreds because apparently it's got a lot of homophobic jokes, sexist jokes, things that really have not aged well. So I don't really remember that about the movie. I just remember some of the gore scenes. So I'm sure those things I will not appreciate watching now. With the 2022 lens especially, I will probably find that very grating, but I am willing to give it a shot. So yeah, I will rewatch this at some point. It's not up there for me as far as priority in watching, but it looks like this DVD includes some of Eli Roth's shorts, and I think there were some that he made in college on here. There's one called The Rotten Fruit. I think they talked about that in the Red Letter Media video, and they made fun of that. It's just a bunch of fruit, kind of South Park style animated, just making bad jokes. So maybe I'll watch that just to kind of see how it is. If you watch this for anything, watch it for the leg shaving scene. If you know, you know. I'm sure even if you haven't seen this movie, you've seen that scene because it's talked about a lot as far as body horror goes. But I do like the tagline down here. It just says, terror, ... in the flesh. So Cabin Fever. Next, we have My Bloody Valentine 3D. This is, of course, the remake. And I did talk about this in my 14 Days of Heartbreak horror watch list, which I talked about for horror movies for Valentine's Day. And this is a remake that I don't love quite as much. Definitely did not include it on my favorite horror remake list, unfortunately. I just really love the original a lot, and I feel like the way that they went with this one, they focused a little too much on the 3D effects. And I didn't really like the characters as much. The ending was like, I didn't really like the ending. So yeah, I mean, it's all right. It has some good moments, but there's also a part where we just have this woman who is running around fully nude for a very, very long time. And it just seemed very exploitative and unnecessary. So I didn't really like that. So I don't know. This is one that I will probably watch when Valentine's Day rolls around. Maybe not every year. I will probably default to the original on that, but this is one that I'll probably go years without watching, and then I will want to rewatch it to see how I feel about it after having spent some time away from it. But yeah, I mean, I do enjoy the Harry Warden story. I really think it's a cool villain origin story. And I also love that we've got the little Blockbuster sticker down here. I do like seeing those kinds of things on used physical media like this. But yeah, again, not a favorite remake, but one that I felt like I wanted to own. So My Bloody Valentine 3D. And last but not least, the last DVD in this haul is a kid's horror movie, but still horror, Paranorman. This is one that I actually did see in theaters when it came out, and I do remember liking it a lot. It's from Leica or Laika. I don't know exactly how to say the name of the studio, but they also made Coraline, which is another amazing stop-motion animation kind of horror kids movie. And yeah, from what I remember, I did like this a lot. I am excited to rewatch it to see how I feel after, I mean, it's been, what year did this come out? 2012. So it's been like probably 10 years since I saw this movie. So yeah, I really just love stop motion animation, and especially when it's got some spooky elements to it. I absolutely am head over heels. So I just love the design of Norman and his whole spiky hair, and these ghoulies down here look really cool too. So this is a slipcase. Love it when we have that. And there are some special features on this one as well. Preliminary animatic sequences. So I'm guessing that's like the very early on stages of when they were doing the animation, which sounds really cool. I'd absolutely watch that. Peering through the veil, go behind the scenes to see how this stunning stop motion animation was created. And then a couple featurettes. So very neat. And I can add this to my spooky stop motion kids horror collection, which is very small, but I've got Corpse Bride, Coraline, A Nightmare Before Christmas, and now Paranorman. So if there are any others in that category that you would consider spooky stop motion animation, please let me know, because I would love to own them. But yeah, very excited to own Paranorman. All right, y'all, that's gonna do it for today. That is my update on my horror DVD collection, and I did not find any horror VHS tapes on this haul. I was very sad about that because I always look in both the DVD and the VHS sections. If there even is a VHS section, a lot of times at Goodwill they just won't have that at all, which I'm really sad about because that just means that I go home empty-handed a lot of the time. But now that summer is hitting, I'm really excited to start going to garage sales, yard sales, antique malls, all that kind of stuff to try to find some more VHS tapes. So I do hope to be able to do an update on my horror VHS collection soon. We'll just have to see what I'm able to find in the next couple months here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I always love doing these kinds of collection updates, and I hope that you like seeing them. So please like this video if you like this kind of content. Comment below to let me know if there are any horror DVDs that you've acquired recently that you're really excited about, or Blu-rays or 4Ks or anything like that. I am really excited because I'm pretty sure in the next couple of weeks we are getting a Blu-ray release of X, which I really, really want to own on Blu-ray. So as soon as that comes out, I will probably go buy that, which I normally don't buy brand new movies, but I just like that movie so much that I really want to own it on physical media. So very excited about that. Also, please keep an eye out in my community tab for any upcoming live streams that I'm doing. I always try to post in there any live streams that are upcoming, and I'm trying to get into a semi-regular schedule with those. I am starting a new job soon, so I have to go based on that schedule. So I'm hoping that I have a pretty set schedule so I can keep it consistent, so you all know exactly when I'm going to be going live. But yeah, so keep an eye out in the community tab for that. And I think that's pretty much it. Again, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. You all are so awesome. I love having you here, talking about horror with you. It's so much fun. So again, thank you so much. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and we'll talk horror next time. Definitely.
Looks like somebody's got a case of the definitelys.